Hi, today I'd like to talk about how the QATS Strategy Builder works. So, how does the QATS Strategy Builder actually work? First of all, it's all about blocks and the conditions inside of them. When you start building a strategy, the system suggests adding your first block, a filter block. You can do that using the panel at the bottom. Click this button, and there we go. The first block appears. The next step is selecting the tickers you'll use in the strategy. Click the small plus icon to open the selection window. Let's pick 3 tickers: Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. You can search by name at the top, choose the exchange on the right, and in the bottom left corner, you can group your selected tickers into a ticker box, a saved list you can reuse later. Click Save, and done. That's our root block. The root block is the starting point of every strategy. All branches grow from it, like the trunk of a tree. This is also where tickers enter the strategy, and only here, nowhere else. Important note, you can have only one root block per strategy. Now, QATS isn't just about connecting blocks. It's also about setting up the logic inside of them. Use this button to configure a condition. A check the block will perform. There are lots of functions to choose from. You're only limited by your imagination. Let's add a few more filter blocks. Connecting them is simple. Just drag one block to another to create a branch. Let's say we set up a condition in the root block that checks if volatility is above a certain threshold. If Solana and Ethereum pass the check and Bitcoin doesn't, Solana and Ethereum will continue through the branch, and Bitcoin will stay behind, waiting for the next strategy activation. So Solana and Ethereum move forward, but where do they go? That depends on branch priority. Each connection has a priority value. The higher the number, the higher the priority. Values go from 1 to 99. In our case, the branch with the highest number gets the tickers first. Let's say Bitcoin stays behind, Ethereum and Solana move forward, and hit a second check. Maybe Ethereum passes again, but Solana doesn't. What happens to Solana? Solana then tries the next branch, the one with the next highest priority. If that fails too, it tries the next. If it fails every check, it simply waits for the next strategy run. You can create as many branches as you want. There's no limit. Let's move on to the other types of blocks. Strategy blocks also include checks, but they serve a specific role. They define the direction of the trade, either long or short. You'll see the direction labeled here with an L or S, and you can set it inside the block settings. Next is the wait block. This is the only block type that doesn't perform any checks. It's used to manage your capital, how much of your deposit is allocated to each trade. Let's say you assign 5% per trade. If 2 tickers reach this block, that's 10% total. if only one, then just 5%. And since there are no conditions here, any ticker that reaches a wait block will automatically pass through it. Now comes the deal entry block. This is where a trade is actually opened. If the condition here is met, a trade is triggered. You can also set things like leverage, order type, and more. Finally, we have the deal exit block. After entering a trade, your strategy stays in the position until the exit condition is met. For example, you set a condition that says price drops by -1%. As soon as that happens, the deal is closed. One more thing about branching. You can branch from any block type, not just filters, including strategy, wait, deal entry, and deal exit. But there's a rule. You can't have two of the same block types within the same branch. So no two strategy blocks in the same line. QATS will notify you and suggest checking the connection matrix. That's all for now. Thank you for your attention.